you'd already started.
We were already having the good conversations.
Anyway, here we go. Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to Smudcast number 389, The Mystery Box by J.J. Abrams. In case you don't know, this is probably the original post. I don't know. I have the date. Let me just check.
It is.
Oh, it's Ted, the original Ted channel. 20 million subs. This came out in 2008. Wow. So that is right after Lost, I think? Or was it during Lost?
Just before. It was just before he did the Star Trek movie, because that's 2009.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So he was getting popular and known and yada yada.
It's when we still had this blind hope, some of us.
Well, Star Trek the movie
that might not be shit.
Star Trek the movie that J.J. Abrams started, the Kelvin timeline, whatever you want to call that thing.
Kelvin.
It's not for everyone. It's not.
Yeah, and that's I've heard a lot, and I shared that opinion back in the day. That this doesn't really look and feel like Star Trek. I mean, the older movies, many of them weren't either, but it gave a lot of people the idea that maybe he might be the right guy for Star Wars.
Oh.
And then he subverted everyone's hopes by making the TFA.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was the difference between being the guy to direct and being the guy to write the thing. So I don't know how he went from
as a point
doing both, but oh boy, what a reaction, what a expression that was, to put it nicely.
The man has a vision for visuals, whether you like it or not. He has a certain style he wants to show. Whether that is not necessarily something that is good.
I have seen enough lens flares for my life. That's all I have to say. Like he said, maybe there's a good visual there. Just remove the lighting.
Don't make lens flares a thing, Wisp.
He claims that it was his wife who told him, "I can't watch your movies anymore. There's just too many lens flares," and that's why he cut down on them, not because of millions of people complaining. Because his wife refused to watch his movies.
Can his wife also ask him to put in actual plots and character development and actually make the movies? Maybe she could.
I don't know if he cares about that. She married a guy who doesn't have a creative bone in his body.
Oh no, he made
He's just a hack.
Yes, Mark. Yes.
What was this company again? Bad Robot?
I think so.
Probably.
Oh, that's his studio, yeah.
But remember that one time they made a game mode for TF2?
Yes, they made the least popular game mod for Team Fortress 2.
I mean, hey, it's fun. It's fun.
They decide okay, it's a team shooter, so we should implement something that's like soccer, but it's b-ball actually. So let's have a capture the flag mod that is not capture the flag.
Oh god, that is so creative.
It's a little bit of fun for.
Then they tried to fund a tournament, and it flopped because no one was interested about it.
Not even for money.
Not even for money.
and then supposedly
it was unofficial because they only tried to convince some popular streamers at the time.
Okay.
And it was very fishy. Why are these people involved in this? Not even competitive circles are interested in this shit because it's a completely different game than the normal one. Yeah, that's about him. But this false pretense that he's should be for Star Wars was, I feel Mr. Plinkett, Marx the Class was supporting this claim that he should be directing the Star Wars prequels because they are more action packed, which is true. He is capable of that, but telling the story is a completely different experience. And we could see this from the new Star Wars movies because you can't blame people who was the person who should be blamed for how things went, I do not believe that like all those ideas were Disney executive ideas. What he has committed in the Force Awakens and whatever the fuck the final movie was called.
JJ was
The
also
Rise of Ray Walker.
The Rise of
JJ was also supposedly either going to write or direct a Portal movie. Which
a Portal movie, yes, a Half-Life movie.
The only one I heard was Portal because he had like a semi-interview with Gabe Newell at some point.
Yes, he did.
But
and
thank God that never happened.
Because they were cooperating with Bad Robot, but like
for the
not much
TF2
has happened
and for some other things,
I know he did.
Yeah, I can see that executive meddling has made it worse than it already was. And when I earlier this year watched a couple old movie series, some of which we all claim that they don't have sequels. And if you ever watch these not existing sequels, you will also come to that same conclusion that they don't exist. And some of them,
Elseworlds, they're not sequels.
Yeah, well, one of them, I mean, is the Highlander movies, past the first one, and with especially I think with the fourth and fifth, they make absolutely zero sense, and they have executive creep like mad, executive producer creep. Like the credits roll, and it doesn't stop naming more and more producers and co-producers. Like, did anyone even write this movie, or is it just the producers throwing shit at the wall at a whiteboard?
Here's everyone that gave us money.
And that goes down to the whole the what do you call it, cinematography, like how the movie's shot, the effects, how the cuts are done, and God, I think it was it the fifth one or the fourth one that almost gave me an aneurysm.
I do recall.
I've never seen something so pretentious.
Well, I do recall J.J. Abrams making, was it Spider-Man comic last year or the year before?
Yes, he was.
Which one was that one again?
And it got backlash.
What was it called though? I can't remember. Was it Bloodlines?
Oh God, please no!
It wasn't New Warriors.
It's a Castlevania now.
No, it was something like that though. I can't remember the term.
Don't let JJ anywhere near Castlevania. I swear to Jesus
vampire
Christ.
crossover?
No, just look up on Google what it's called. Was it bad? I assume.
I remember that like it was JJ and his son like promoting it, like, hey guys, we're gonna like write this Spider-Man comic.
I swear to Jesus, don't let JJ anywhere near Castlevania.
Well, Castlevania don't matter. Castlevania's done. It's rubbish. Everyone who likes it.
Fuck out of here.
Anyway, it was a bad comic either way.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a bad comic. JJ made it. What the fuck?
Were there mystery boxes?
No, probably. He probably fought a villain called Mystery Box. I don't know. He probably redesigned Mysterio with a box on his head or something.
A box instead of a bowl.
Yeah. Amazon box.
Mysterio, why do you suddenly have a cube for a fish bowl?
My name's not Mysterio anymore.
Who knows?
My name is X-Man.
He has an aquarium tank instead of a fishbowl.
Anyway, let's...
Spider-Man Cadaverous.
Cadaverous?
Yes.
God, what a dumb title.
Wow, yeah.
Wait, what? What?
Yes.
Cadaverous? What? What? JJ mistakes Spider-Man for Harry Potter or something?
Or
his name.
Anyway, that's a whole other topic. Let's not get into his shitty comic books. Let's get into his shitty explanations for how movies work. So, this is an 18-minute video. It will take some time. I have a lot to say. I'm sure you guys too. And my God, you can reference any one of his stories if that's the case, is what he's using as a philosophy to write, which is, I don't know, probably not very well thought out, let's just say. So, here we go.
Oh, and question. You know, if it being like TED Talk, will we get like a strike or something?
It is possible, yes. That usually happens after the fact, like a day later.
But, right, okay. No, because I know it doesn't really matter.
I always, what happens is I do you an appeal, and it takes 30 days for that to go away because they're not going to sue me for watching a video. Like this is what always happens whenever there's an automation or someone who doesn't care. The timer runs out after 30 days, and it gets remonetized. So.
All right.
Yeah, but it is a copyright strike. Yeah, it is a copyright. It's different than ones.
Okay. No, I was just wondering because obviously if you just let it like play a bit without
we will
talking.
find out. We will find out if the stream will get taken down as a result. I don't know because it's usually the TEDx stuff, not the old TED stuff. I don't know. So.
Ah, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, no, that's fine. I just thought I'd ask. You know.
Right. Okay.
I don't want to be wasting my time and wasting other people's time. You know, we're all very, very busy people.
We could always cut
Lots
the audio or
to
cut
do.
the video or something like that, just so we can actually,
We could always just do something else. You know,
bake a cake.
go for a walk. Yeah, bake a cake. Rethink our lives.
Anyway,
This video.
let's go.
Okay.
I want to start today. Here's my thing. Hold on. There we go. Hey. I want to start today talk about the structure of polypeptide.
I would like that more.
In terms of Lost.
So funny.
What the hell's that island? It's usually followed by, seriously, what the hell's that island? Why so many mysteries? What is it about mystery that
14 years ago, God.
What the story,
And
Abrams?
I was thinking about this, what to talk about at TED. When I talked to the kind rep from TED, and I said, listen, what should I talk about? He said, don't worry about it, just be profound. And I took enormous comfort in that, so thank you if you're here. I was trying to think, what do I talk about? It's a good question. Why do I do so much stuff that involves mystery? And I started trying to figure it out. And I started thinking about, why do I do any of what I do? And
I think this whole intro, I don't know if he's doing this on purpose, but it's foreshadowing everything in his mind. He doesn't know anything about anything.
Well, think about this. Think about this.
I'd be surprised if he knew where he was.
The organization asked him to come on, and they didn't know what they wanted him to, like he's some sort of philosopher. Like, oh, just talk. Just say whatever you want. It's like that's not how these TED things work anymore. It's always a theme or an idea that they bring an expert in to talk about, not just J.J. Abrams, the guy who makes stuff. You're like, okay.
How about you talk about the thing you allegedly have knowledge about because it's your profession?
That would be the obvious answer. I don't know if this is a thing for TED in general, but I do know other studios other productions. I was part of one for 2 years where they put on these huge, get-togethers and people buy tickets and it takes all day. They usually have broken down to themes like cancer or space travel or whatever, and they bring in experts. So I don't know what
cancerous space travel.
What do you do when you get cancer when you're going through deep space? I don't know. So there's all kinds of experts. I wouldn't say this guy's an expert. He's just part of the entertainment industry that people seem to like. That's it.
Well, so, and at this point, what
I think
has
he just
actually
happened to
made at this
be
point?
in the right place at the right moment, and
Maybe.
and that's how he got
what
his
had he made in
jobs.
2007.
He made TV shows. He made Mission Impossible 3, I believe. He was the director for that.
All right.
And he was in the process of making that Star Trek movie.
All right.
And of course Lost, but nobody cares about that shit.
Especially not now.
At that point, I think it was really hyped though.
It was. It was really hyped at that point
Because this is the end of 2007.
2010 is when Lost ended, isn't it?
Yes.
So there was still 3 years. So at this point, everyone thought there was going to be an actual answer. When in reality, it just ended. You got to give Game of Thrones credit for knocking Lost off the top of the worst ending to a TV series. You got, you really, when you look back at it and you start to remember the utter shite that people put up with. God.
They were like looking at JJ and like, man, like we have to like up
you
this
actually-
game.
Do you actually know that's the reason I never got into Game of Thrones? Because I got
Yeah.
into Lost and it was
Same.
a piece of shit, and I went, I'm not going through years and years. I don't care how many tits and heads being cut off you show me. I'm just not. No, I'm not wasting my time.
But have you actually watched all of Lost?
Yeah, I watched all of Lost when it first
Holy
came out.
shit, man.
Me and my mum used to watch it because we used to actually like it.
I think I like bummed out after like 2 seasons.
I can't remember anything about the damn show.
Same.
I've-
I know that
I've
they
just-
crash on an island and they have
Yeah,
like
I've-
some kind of like
my-
smoke monster, and that's it.
Yeah, and there's a polar bear.
A polar bear.
Yeah, but like my brain just goes, no, we're not interested in that anymore. Like replace it with other memories. But yeah, seriously, Lost ended that badly that I didn't even start watching Game of Thrones. It like scarred my brain from like long-running series.
Well, the great
I
thing
got to
about,
really get invested in it.
about Game of Thrones is
No.
you had books to read, so you could see what was going to come next, and that was why people loved the show, because the books were so good. So it translated relatively easily in terms of, well, not easily, but in terms of, okay, this is a great scenario. This is a great scene. We're going to do that. And obviously there's stuff in the books they couldn't do. There's too much in the books. They have to cut them down, of course, which is sad, but you know, there's way too much content. But the content is good. So that's the great thing. Why in God's blue earth Martin didn't finish his work, and why the showrunners, I don't even call them creators anymore, there's the people in charge, just threw shit together, and you're like, are you it is so incompetent, like you just cannot believe it.
I will keep running with my theory that the book is already written and Martin will only release it after his death.
I wonder why, though. Like, what's the reason behind that?
So that he doesn't need to hear the
sick, twisted
complaints
bastard.
about the ending.
I don't think
Yeah,
he cares.
could
I really don't think, because
To us, it doesn't matter. Game of Thrones is dead. It's so.
Just to have an interesting footnote in his biography.
aren't they doing a sequel or prequel thing with Game of Thrones?
Yeah, we're doing a prequel thing, and nobody's excited about it. No one's
Not
even
even the
about it.
creator.
No. Did you know Matt Smith's in it? No, you didn't know, because no one knows anything about this fucking show, because no one cared.
All
I thought
right.
Matt
I've
Smith
only
was
seen-
going
I've
to
only
was going
seen-
to be in TLJ.
Yeah, well.
Well, he was in a Terminator Genesis.
Oh,
So you know,
his best.
he's ruining
role.
his career. He's ruining his career one franchise at a time. I don't like him as an actor. I found his Doctor Who annoying. So, oh well.
All right.
It was
Anyway,
annoying,
that's
but it
all.
was not the worst.
Well, no, there's been a lot worse. Mainly the female one.
Who?
Well,
Exactly.
who? Yeah.
Yeah, who? Doctor Who?
All right. Anyway.
Thinking about my grandfather. I loved my grandfather. Harry Kelvin
Thank
was
God
his
for that.
name, my mother's father. He died in 1986. He was an amazing guy. And one of the reasons he was amazing, after World War II, he began an electronics company that he started selling surplus parts, kits to schools and stuff. So he had this incredible curiosity. As a kid, I saw him come over to me with radios and telephones and all sorts of things, and he'd open them up. He'd unscrew them and reveal the inner workings, which many of us, I'm sure, take for granted, but it's an amazing gift to give a kid, to open up this thing and show how it works and why it works and what it is. He was the ultimate deconstructor in many ways. And
Okay, so I'm led to believe this guy was taught the 4 basics of electronics from his grandfather, and somehow translates this to understanding stories. I'm like, that's interesting. Okay, let's see how that connects.
my grandfather was this kind of guy who would not only take things apart, but he got me interested in all sorts of different odd crafts,
Okay,
like
cool.
Printing, like the letterpress. I'm obsessed with printing. I'm obsessed with silk screening and bookbinding and box
you
making.
nerd.
When I was a kid, I was always like taking apart
Dude, take a breath.
boxes and stuff. And last night in the hotel, I took apart the Kleenex box. I was just looking at it. And
Oh
I'm
my
telling you,
God.
It's
it's
so
a beautiful
funny.
thing. I swear.
He took apart a Kleenex box.
He's
Yeah,
trying to make a joke.
I hope
Yeah, I
to
know you're
God
trying to
he's
joke.
making a joke.
Visual joke.
Yeah, I know he's making a joke, but can I just say, what the actual fuck is he driveling on about? He's just saying loads and loads of words.
I'm
And-
looking at him as I'm looking at a 6-year-old who's writing stories because that's the kind of quality he produces.
Yeah, but like the thing is he's
And that
saying
fits
a lot
with
of
this
words.
talk. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
but he's
fits
saying
with
a
his
lot of
talk. It's
words
just
here.
babbling.
Yeah, but nothing's really like. I'm trying to see how this is going to progress, and I'm like, I don't. Yeah, and then he brought out the Kleenex box, and I'm just like, wait, what? What the fuck? What? Why? Why are you
I'm still
showing
waiting
us
for the
this?
punchline.
Yeah, hmm.
All right.
If
Will it be
he's
sad
gonna
that the
say- if
Kleenex
he's-
is
if he's
out
gonna-
now?
Yeah, but the problem is, right, is with JJ's mystery box, the mystery box never gets opened or answered, right? And he has no idea what's in the mystery box with stuff. So all this bullshit that he's talking about, oh, how his granddad opened it up, he could see the inner workings, and he opens things up, and he's like that. Well, that's great, but you don't do it with your mystery boxes. So why the fuck are you
Mhm.
talking about all this stuff
Well,
when the mystery boxes are always just never opened?
He
I-
keeps
or
them
sold.
closed so that we can put into it, interpret into it whatever we want. And that's why it's the greatest gift ever.
I'm still trying to connect the dots between his grandfather teaching him about electronics and him taking apart a Kleenex box. I'm like, why would you need to do that as a visual aid to represent
Yeah.
your idea of, I like taking things apart. Here's a box that I took. It's like, okay, JJ, yeah, we got it. Thank you. We're not 6 or 7 anymore.
This is the part of like, you know, if this was like a movie, the crowd would start to leave.
Yeah, we have like
Just be
IKEA
like-
and Lego and all these other instructions on how to build things by ourselves. We don't need to.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, there's multiple sides to an object. That's fantastic. Okay.
It's like yeah. This is how I took them apart. It's like, okay, Jeffrey Dahmer, how did you take apart your last victim and stuff?
Geometry.
Anyway, here's Stone Cold Steve Autism. Thank you, Steve.
Eve.
JJ is that little kid wearing his father's clothes. Only difference is his dad's clothes are the franchises his dad and he loved growing up, and he shat himself in those clothes.
Oh,
Oh.
oh, yeah.
That's pretty good. I like that one.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna save that one.
Yeah.
Use it for future reference.
Anyway, let's continue.
Swear to God, I mean, when you look at the box and you sort of see how it works, Reeves is here, and I met him years ago at a book fair. He does pop-up books, and I'm obsessed with like engineering of paper, but like the scoring of it, the printing of it, where the thing gets glued, you know, the registration marks for the ink. I just love boxes. My grandfather was sort of the guy who, you know, kind of got me into all sorts of these things. He would also supply me with tools. He was this amazing encourager, this patron sort of, to make stuff. And he got me a Super 8 camera when I was 10 years old. And in 1976, that was sort of an anomaly to be a 10-year-old kid that had access to a camera. And,
Fuck.
you know, he was so generous. I couldn't believe it. He wasn't doing it entirely without some manipulation. I mean, I would call him and I'd be like, listen, Grandpa, I really need this camera. You don't understand. This is like, I want to make movies. I'll get invited to TED.
I really have the urge just to shout, "Get on with it," because this story is so
I
fucking
can
boring.
imagine that scene already.
Just cue the
But the
money
Hawk,
punch
he has to
already.
fill 18 minutes with nothing.
Get
Oh
on
my
with
God,
it.
He has to fill 18 minutes not explaining how he's a hack.
I just
Because if he did, he'd explain that he's a hack.
Usually,
He has
get
to
on
keep
with
puzzling
it.
everyone.
usually when you have a philosophy about something, you're very like prepared and you know what you're talking about and you know what to connect ideas
This
with.
just feels like he's just saying words that are popping into his head. This just literally feels he's like, sentence must continue sentence, and I will continue saying this sentence thing. I'm like, yeah, okay, that's great, that's wonderful. Mystery box. Explain the mystery box. What's in the box? Just explain.
It's a box with question marks in it. Or do you want gate 3?
Yeah, no, but here's the thing.
With the question mark.
And anyway, I looked at this Kleenex box. No one cares. Everyone's got Kleenex. Most of us are blokes. We all have a wank. It's fine. We know what Kleenex is. We know what the box looks like.
No, I have tempos.
Yeah, okay, whatever. But we know what the boxes are like. And he's like, anyway, I took this box apart and look at the registration number and the printing. It's like, yeah, okay, we get it. You're fucking sad. Right, cool.
At this point,
mystery box.
Yeah, we can just keep doing the Monty Python clip 10 Ways to Sunday.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
To Ted one day. This is like, and and my grandmother was the greatest because she'd be like, she'd get on the phone.
Oh my God! Don't care.
That isn't the drugs.
Get on with it.
It's fantastic. So I found myself getting this stuff thanks
it
to
a
her
paid
assist,
audience?
and suddenly I had a synthesizer when I was 14 years old. This kind of stuff, and it let me make things, which to me was sort of the dream. He sort of humored my obsessions with other things too, like magic. The thing is, we go to this magic store in New York City called Lou Tannen's Magic. It was this great magic store. It's a crappy little...
Shut the fuck up! Get on the thing! Oh my God, this is terrible. What the fuck is this video?
He's not going to explain why the mystery box is good. He's basically telling this little story of his.
So
we're onto a fucking magic shop. Oh my God.
So grandfather likes electronics, teaches him electronics. He likes boxes, takes apart boxes. He likes synthesizers. He likes making stuff. And he also likes magic. Okay.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm more I was more coherent when I was in happy artist mode.
Yeah. Oh God. At least. Oh my God. Fucking hell. Oh, we're gonna have a story about a fucking magic shop, and I'm just like, great, another tangent. Oh God, there's obviously people at the doors with guns keeping this audience in, because if I was there, I'd have fucking just walk. I'd be like, yeah, I'm done. Magic. I don't give a shit about a magic fucking shop. Whatever.
Yeah, I'm beginning to think that this is all just the way he writes movies. It's just a plain representation of how he thinks. It's not even a trick that he's deliberately making. It's just how his brain works. It can't do anything else.
It seems like he's never been in front of an audience or something, and he has to I have to talk to people? Oh, how do I do that? Okay, tell stories.
He's not even real people.
He's a director. He's in front of people.
Yeah.
And he has to explain stuff.
He's constantly in front of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, and explain how to do this and that, and move this and that, and go over there, and do the thing and make this stupid expression.
Anyway,
just imagine you're destroying another franchise. Anyway, go Daisy.
Building in Midtown, but you'd be in the elevator would open, there'd be this little small magic store, you'd be in the magic store, and it was a magical place. So I got all these sort of magic tricks. Oh, here, I'll show you this kind of thing. So it'd be like,
No! Stop!
Right? Which is good, but now I can't move. Now I have to do the rest of the thing. I'm like this. I'm like, oh wow, look at my computer over there. Anyway. So one of the things that I bought at the magic store was this. Tannen's Mystery Magic Box. The premise behind the Mystery Magic Box was the following. $15 buys you $50 worth of magic, which is a savings. Now, I bought this decades ago.
Is he Jewish?
Yes.
Oh, that makes more sense now. Okay.
That's so racist.
Oh my God.
And I'm not kidding. If you look at this, you'll see it's never been opened. But I've had this forever.
Wait a second.
So you wasted $15. You didn't save 35. You've wasted 15.
Yeah, he's
You are
definitely not
a
Jewish.
horrible housewife.
He spent money
You
on
are-
a thing he never used. Okay, thanks.
You are a terrible Jew.
Yeah, really. You're a horrible Jew. For being a Jew, for standards of Jewishness, you're horrible. You're horrible at being a Jew. And
I'm sorry, no.
if you were a housewife, you'd be the type who goes out and buys everything that's on sale that you never need in your entire life, and you come home with the bank account depleted that your hardworking husband fills by risking his life on an oil drill platform or something, and you come home and say, "I saved all this money because it was all on sale."
Yeah, that's your speech to get your job at Disney for Star Wars 7.
All I know is I just want Inquisitor Matthias just to clip the part where Whisper literally goes, "You're a terrible Jew for being a Jew."
No, not for being a Jew. He's bad at being a Jew.
You accidentally said it and then changed, and I was just like, "Whoa, okay."
Everything will be taken out of context, especially by people who don't like you. By people who like you for fun, and by people who don't like you in order to get more skill.
Oh god, that was great.
I know.
But yeah,
know.
But yeah, so he spent $15 on a box never opened. It's like great, wonderful. So you know when you talked about your grandfather opening boxes and opening all of his stuff, why?
And you didn't open the box.
Yeah, why didn't you open the magic? Why
you didn't open anything from your grandfather?
I'm gonna think that this is all a setup. He's completely lying to us. Okay.
Of course.
He just. What if? Like he is.
Well, we could look up if this
program
ever existed.
That, like, he first drew this box out because here are my grandfather's remains.
Yeah, no, but it's just one of the things because we're led to believe that a guy he will unpackage a Kleenex box in his hotel room, but he won't unpackage a $15 magic box.
Yes.
Okay. Anyway, J.J. Abrams. Abrahams? Oh my god, now I'm starting to get into the Jewish stuff. Oh god.
Well, that's where the name comes from.
Abrams being a terrible Minecraft villager.
So apparently these boxes do exist. At least he didn't make up the box, the product. He didn't make up the product. But
he never makes up products. He just gets handed other people's products, like Star Wars and Star Trek.
All right, here's Francis Ford Coppola trying to give Smud Flack guys listening to this nasally weasel spurg about magic tricks could turn anyone anti-Semitic, kind of like how Amber from Invincible could turn anyone racist.
Oh yeah, Amber's a bitch.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Amber is just constant resting bitch face. I think didn't Bears try and pause somewhere throughout the entire series, and never once did she not have an angry face?
Yes.
There's one moment where she cries in her sleep.
Oh, and it's not because like she feels sorry for the boyfriend, but it's because like she didn't get what she wanted.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because she didn't get banged.
Absolute narcissist.
Hooray.
All right, let's go.
Now, this was in my office, and as it always is on the shelf, and I was thinking, why have I not opened this? And why have I kept it? Because I'm not a pack rat, I don't keep everything, but for some reason I haven't opened this box. And I felt like there was a key to this somehow, in talking about something at TED that I haven't discussed before, and bored people elsewhere. So I thought, maybe there's something with this. I started thinking about it, and there was this giant question mark. I love the design, for what it's worth, of this thing. And I started thinking, why haven't I opened it? And I realized that I haven't opened it because it represents something important to me. It represents my grandfather.
Here's an idea.
I do think he is.
I told you, it's the remains of the grandfather. Of course.
Oh God.
It's literally his grandfather's head.
His ashes.
No. It's the skull of his grandfather. There can be only one. There can be only one box holder in the family.
Well, as long as he doesn't open it, he can be sure that he doesn't know whether it's not in there.
It's all the ashes of his entire family.
If he doesn't open it, his grandfather can't come back to life. So he can never open the box.
No, honestly, the way he's talking, I can believe that he may be autistic, just not the best kind.
Oh God!
Honestly, still think
he's just scatterbrained.
I think he's just making this up. Yeah, it's too weird. Like, I have this box from a magic store that does nothing. Like, I don't know. Like, what? What are you talking about? Why would you do that?
The box does nothing.
Yeah, that's always what these stupid people do. They make shit up, and people believe them.
Yeah, how many years you said he supposedly had that? It's like, what was it like? What did you say? Like
15. Wait,
15 years.
No. More than that.
So since 93.
Well, before 1986. Because his grandfather died in 1986. And he got the box with his grandfather.
Whatever. It's old.
But, yeah, you spent $15 to not open something. I'm like,
The tricks inside probably got moldy by now.
The rabbit's dead.
We don't know unless we check.
You see, Mom, that's what happens when tricks are for kids. The rabbit dies.
Yeah. Oh God, there was a rabbit. There's some old magic shop owner going, there was some animals in there. You meant to open that really quick.
Oh shit, that was the tricks rabbit.
Oh God. Oh.
Tricks is
You're
a
murderer.
Here is White Knight Leo. Thanks for the 5. I like how many abortion activists keep getting inches away from reinventing marriage in the Texas abortion law.
What the fuck?
I have no idea how that works or what this has to do with J.J. Abrams' mystery box.
Well, his ideas are kind of like an abortion. So.
That would have been better had they been aborted.
Oh God, I don't even know what.
Well, at least now we know where tricks are for kids. The rabbit died years ago and is in that box.
All right.
Yeah.
Here's one more. Geneva Convention Ignorer. Oh, jeez. Thanks.
Oh,
thank you.
goddamn.
Let's take bets on what's in the mystery box. I'm guessing it's either a 10-inch black dildo or a letter from his granddad admitting not only are they not Jewish, but he was an SS commander wanted for war crimes and that he was disappointed with JJ.
I was just going to say Osama bin Laden's head.
that after the war he just pretended to be Jewish in order to get away with everything.
Oh my God! JJ,
that might make an interesting movie.
I've watched you grow and I've seen the things you created. Please never go into Hollywood. You're terrible. No love from your granddad. By the way, I'm killing myself, but tell people I died in 1986.
Here's another update from White Knight Leo. Sorry, that was meant for a different stream. Like, what?
You're watching multiple streams at the same. I'm proud of you, man. You're awesome.
Wow.
I know nothing about you, but that makes you awesome.
I think there's a rule in watching streams, you don't cross them. So
I want to know what stream he's watching to bring up a Texas abortion debate.
I mean, Adam in Situ is only on tomorrow, so I don't know who's doing stuff like that right now.
The EFAP gaming turned dark.
Ugh.
All right, back to JJ.
Yeah, I bet in the box is a note that reads, JJ, open the fucking box!
It's a note saying, listen, the Jewish gold is coming with me and your grandma to Argentina. Don't tell anybody.
You know what? I think, that box might just have his talent.
Yeah, we should have opened it.
Yeah, no, he can't open it. That's why he makes shit.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, It goes a horrible analogy with Pandora, but okay. Okay, let's go.
Am I allowed to cry at TED? Because no, I'm not gonna cry.
Oh shit.
But the thing is that it represents infinite possibility. It represents hope. It represents potential. And what I love about this box, and what I realized I sort of do in whatever it is that I do,
and nothing else,
is I find myself drawn to infinite possibility and that sense of potential. And I realize that mystery is the catalyst for imagination. Now, it's not the most groundbreaking idea, but when I started to think that maybe there are times when mystery is more important than knowledge, I started getting interested in this. And so I started thinking about Lost and the stuff that we do, and I realized, oh my God, like mystery boxes are everywhere in what I do. And how, in the creation of Lost, Damon Lindelof and I, who created the show with me, we were basically tasked with creating this series that we had very little time to do. We had 11 and a half weeks to write it, cast it, crew it, shoot it, cut it, post it, turn it in, 2-hour pilot. So it was not a lot of time. And that sense of possibility, what could this thing be? There was no time to develop it. I'm sure you're all familiar with those people who tell you what you can't do and what you should change. And there was no time for that, which is kind of amazing. And so we did the show, and for those of you who
if you do completely new things, some constraints may be nice and helpful.
Little clip from the pilot just to show you some stuff that we did.
That sound effect is really painful. That thing is going through my ears. Why did you think that was a good idea?
He had no idea how to feel this time, so
I don't
he
think
just played Lost.
I don't think engines would work that way after you've crash landed. I just really don't think that's how.
It's kind of ironic that he was talking so much about how his grandfather taught him how electronic devices work and how engineering and kind of like those things.
Yeah, I'm just like, what the hell else is there of the plane left for the engine to still work? Nothing.
Yeah,
the island is powering the engines.
Yeah, but also, what the fuck has this scene got to do with anything at all?
Yeah.
What?
So that it looks interesting. It's just so that it looks interesting.
Yeah, but Lost at this point in time was one of the most popular TV shows in the world. Everyone knew about Lost.
Which it didn't deserve.
Yeah, well, of course not. But what I'm saying is, like, here's Lost if you don't know. I'm like, what? Who the fuck are you talking to? There's a reason why people know who you are, JJ. It's because at this point, Lost is really popular.
Here's Vladimir Dragunov. In the box is a lit Molotov cocktail. Don't think that's how Molotov cocktail works, but okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is it good or bad that I only recently, in recent years, discovered what Lost actually is?
Good.
It's bad.
I was never interested in watching it.
It's bad because you've now found out what Lost is, and you should like purge your memory of knowing what Lost is and just forget it ever existed.
I've never watched it, so I have no idea.
Just don't. Just don't.
I thought you were going to say that it's bad because of missed opportunities to dunk on JJ for it.
It's just bad. It's bad.
Well, that I know, yeah.
It's a waste of time. I wasted years of my life, and I'm never getting that time back. I enjoyed hanging out with my mum.
Lost took everything away from me, and I want revenge.
You lost that time.
But other than that, it's like it was nice, like time with my mum. But other than that, it's like no, I'd rather watch.
Now it's just complete shite.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's see what he's trying to get at here.
Yeah.
Please, I'm having contractions.
How many months pregnant are you?
I'm nearly 8 months.
How
Only?
are they coming?
I don't know. A few just happened.
That guy's not even pushing on that door.
Finally.
fuck?
Also, if that thing was really going, it wouldn't explode. These things are made to saw you
10
in
years
little
ago,
Yeah,
we
it's
want to
like,
do that. We have
what
to
should have happened to the engine in the first goddamn place.
Sorry,
Yeah, that's really not how engines
made out
work.
of nitroglycerin or something. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Just-
He was like my favorite character, and then he dies.
Also, question. So, what the fuck is what was the point of that entire clip in regards to a mystery bot?
There's just nothing.
I just watched a man explode.
Can't even say
JJ, there was just random crap.
Oh, I forgot that.
It was really just random crap.
Yeah, you can't even say the mystery box is why the hell the engine still works. It's like there's nothing there.
Is the mystery box what the woman's carrying? Because I might have an idea.
Cthulhu?
The mystery
Maybe
box
the
is-
abortion super chat wasn't misguided after all.
I want to know how he connects all of this to whatever the hell he just talked about, because I'm lost.
The abortion is the mystery box.
Oh,
Mystery
That's the
box.
point. It was always about you being lost, the viewer.
Being lost at what the fuck you're even watching.
Oh my god.
Anyway, let's go.
that. We have to kill a stuntman. We'd actually.
So,
my
It would
God.
be harder. It would take two would be a bitch. So the amazing thing was we were able to do this thing, and part of that was the amazing availability of technology, knowing we could do anything. I mean, we could never have done that. We might have been able to write it, we wouldn't have been able to depict it like we did. And so part of the amazing thing for me is
Oh,
in
a
the
plane
creative
crash.
process, technology is like mind-blowingly inspiring to me. I realized that blank page is a magic box. You know, it needs to be, filled with something fantastic. I used to have the Ordinary People script that I'd flip through it. The romance of the script was amazing to me. And when it would inspire me, I wanted to try and fill pages with the same kind of spirit and thought and emotion that script did. So that is, I love Apple computers. I'm obsessed. So the Apple computer,
my
like
God.
the PowerBook, this computer, right, like it challenges me. It basically says, what are you going to write worthy of me? Like I feel this, I'm compelled. And
Well, that's not a joke.
I often am like,
Stop laughing.
dude, today I'm out. I got nothing. So there's that. In
He's
terms of
bad
the
at being
content,
an
though, you look
autist
at
as
stories,
well.
You think, well, what are stories but mystery boxes? There's a fundamental question. In TV, the first act is called teaser.
No,
It's
JJ,
literally the
no.
teaser. It's the big question.
now that
So
I have a problem with. I'm pretty
Stories-
sure you all do too.
Stories. What are
Such
stories
a-
apart from mystery boxes? No. What do you mean?
You can't call just the very concept of a story a mystery box. No, that's too broad.
That is such a childish view.
That's like saying the book that is unknown to me is a mystery. The door I'm about to open and behind it I've never been through is a mystery. It's like everything's. Yeah, thank you. We don't have absolute
Yeah.
knowledge.
Yeah, that's called human fucking nature.
Yeah, I just.
You don't know. Yeah, of course you don't know about it until it happens. That's just human fucking nature. You discover shit. You learn shit in life. There you go. It's not.
Yeah.
You can't just call it a mystery box.
Yeah.
A cookbook is a mystery box. You don't know what recipes are in it. Oh, fuck off.
Yeah, exactly. Ah, Jesus Christ.
Or a
No,
box
just-
of chocolates. You never know.
Go back
what
to-
blah blah blah.
Just go back to the blokes being sucked into airplane turbines. That made more sense of stuff. And
Usually when we get surprised, it's as a result of a twist in the plot, not the plot itself. We've seen all the plots. We've read them all. We've listened to them. We know generally something is going to happen, which we've seen before. It's the manner upon which it's done. It's not a mystery to us. It's going to be an unknown. But unless it's a murder mystery or a particular kind of mystery story, no, it's not. It's not a particularly confusing deduction or induction when you're going to go next. What's going to happen next? Someone's going to die. Someone has to save someone, or they're going to die. It's just like it's pretty obvious what's going to happen in a story, and all stories ever. It always comes down to that
Mm-hmm.
that pivotal point where something has to happen, and it's going to be lethal. It's going to be earth-changing, or it's going to be a big anticlimactic event, which it usually is. So, anyway, no, mysteries are not inherent in stories. They are a component of a plot, but they're not the whole thing. They're not the whole kit and caboodle.
Yeah.
So you're drawn into it. Then, of course, there's another question, and it goes on and on and on. I mean, look at like Star Wars. You got the droids. They meet the mysterious woman. Who's that? We don't know. Mystery box. You know. Then you meet Luke Skywalker. He gets the droid. You see the holographic image. You learn, oh, it's a message. You know, she wants to, find Obi-Wan Kenobi. He's her only hope. But who the hell is Obi-Wan Kenobi? Mystery box. So then you go and he meets Ben.
No. This is okay.
No. Oh,
what he's referring to when we talk about writing are hooks, and hooks could be anything. They could be dramatic hooks. They could be lore hooks, they could be plot hooks, there's all sorts of hooks. And that's the thing that keeps you wanting to continue reading the book or continue watching the show or keep playing the game, whatever that is. And it could be something as simple as, hey, Obi-Wan Kenobi, what a cool, interesting name. Who is that? And then we find out it's the guy. He's right there. It happens like that. You're like, oh, that's neat. Why is that a thing? How did that work? And you want to keep going from there. What can he do? Oh my God, he's a wizard. Oh my God, he's a knight. He's a wizard knight. There's another guy. He's a bad knight, and he keeps going and going and going. And
to make a side note about as games specifically, the main hook should always be the gameplay, and then anything you want to add on top of that is depending on what the game is trying to do. But that's just a side note.
But the thing is, you can't just say, asking a question isn't a mystery box. The questions aren't a mystery box. That's do you want like if a waiter came up to you and said, do you want like ketchup with your fries? That's not mystery box. It's just a fucking question. So if when people ask like, who's Obi-Wan, that's just a question. It's not a mystery box. It's just a question.
Yeah, it's like commonly mistook as well that like there's also the Emperor from episode 6. Like they say that it's also a mystery box because it's never really explained in that context in 83 that he actually is. But like we don't really have to know anything else other than that he's the person behind everything else.
Just a regular person watching the movies, you can just imply the very basic idea that he's just the Emperor of the Empire. Yes. That's all you really need to know for those original movies. He's the Emperor of the Empire. That's it.
Yeah,
but that's all his role is in the story, pretty much.
This is the difference between
that's really all you need.
Raising questions and having a hook. When you raise a question like, how did he get that strong? And you realize that's not really important. Like the Emperor example, it's like how did he become so powerful? How did he become a Sith? It's like that's nice to know, but that's not the focus of the narrative. And it's not obvious the main one anyway. An emperor has an empire, and there he is, and he happens to be the big evil dude, which is simple enough to explain. He exists. Great. The story is not about him.
Exactly. In the moment, something as simple as that is all you need. If, like, on a much broader scale, you want to learn more, it's like it's all there laid out for you to learn. Yeah. But in the moment, you really don't need anything else.
Yeah, he's just an obstacle to,
He's just an obstacle to overcome. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, okay.
Let's go.
Yeah. Kenobi, Ben Kenobi is Obi-Wan Kenobi. Holy shit, So it keeps it. Have you guys not seen that? It's huge. Anyway, so there's this thing with mystery boxes that I started feeling like compelled. Then there's a thing of like mystery in terms of imagination.
Because you misinterpreted, you dunce.
The withholding of information, doing that intentionally is much more engaging, whether it's like the shark in Jaws.
Yeah, but there's as the writer, you still know what is actually in the gap. Is when you're like world building, you have to know how the world works and what's going on in the background that the reader doesn't know about, so that your story stays consistent for the reader. Otherwise, the reader notices, this is just shit.
Yeah, but it's like, withholding information. Right, okay. It's like, but you have to give that information at some point, JJ. You can't just withhold it forever. And that's what he does. He answers nothing. Nothing never gets answered with him. So,
all right.
if Spielberg's mechanical shark Bruce had worked, it would not have been remotely as scary. You would have seen it too much. In Alien, they never really showed the alien terrifying. Even in a movie like a romantic comedy, The Graduate, they're having that date, remember, and they're in the car and it's loud, and so they put the top up and they're in there. You don't hear anything they're saying. You can't hear a word, but it's the most romantic date ever, and you love it because you don't hear it. So to me, there's that. And then finally, there's this idea and stretching.
Okay, so he's trying to explain not necessarily show don't tell, but less is more. So you're giving only one medium or content, and you're saying, okay, this is a greatest date ever. What's there? Well, we just see the silhouette, and they're holding hands. Maybe they're moving closer together. There's romantic music in the back. And we don't know all the details. We can't see it all. We can't hear it all. That's what he's trying to allude to. That you don't
That's
need.
not a mystery.
Well, we originally started about a horror. So the idea of a shark, that's the basic premise and technique that Alien does. You never see the alien. It's all until the last part, because it's a big mystery. What is this thing? What does it look like? How so strong? And everyone wants to know.
The minimalism of it.
Yeah, it's menacing because it's a mystery. You're scared, and this is what we do in mystery stories or slasher flicks. They are.
Yeah, but he brought up the Jaws stuff, and it's like, yeah, but that was just due to they didn't show the shark because of technical difficulties. That's not a mystery. It was just the fact they went, well, we can't film this scene, so we'll just do this, keep it hidden. So, yeah,
right.
Very strange, this argument and logic of it.
Mm-hmm. Like the core elements still, like in the previous Star Wars example, it's like they were not necessary to be explained. There was nothing to explain there or like further like.
They were just simple stories.
Yeah. But if like it's over exaggerate, like over explain, like you lose the value of that story element. You're not going to care anymore.
Well, let's just put it this way. Look at all the mystery boxes JJ himself put into The Force Awakens, right?
Yeah.
What mystery actually? What mystery that he set up did he actually answer?
None.
In Rise of Skywalker.
In fact, he is making more questions.
Yeah.
So many more questions.
Yeah, but he answers nothing. So everything that he's bringing up, it's like, that's great. These things did this, yeah. But they actually answered their mysteries. You don't.
No, this whole sequel trilogy was all for nothing.
Yeah, but it's a bit like, right, okay, and then there's other stuff that doesn't get answered. And it's just like, great, you make these mystery boxes, wonderful, fantastic. They get people hooked. Do you answer them? No. Have you got any intention of answering them? No. Is it just bollocks? Yes. And you're like, right, okay, so you're just a hack.
All right.
Oh well.
Let's go.
The sort of paradigm, but the idea of the mystery box meaning what you think you're getting than what you're really getting. And it's true in so many movies and stories. I mean, you look at E.T., for example. E.T. is this, unbelievable movie about what? It's about an alien who meets a kid, right? Well, it's not. E.T. is about divorce. E.T. is about a heartbroken divorce.
Wait. Slow down. So, what he's trying to do is he's focusing on the human elements of a story, in that case, E.T. For example, we can say the same argument with Fight Club. Fight Club, you could say, is really all about relationship between a man and a woman. Because that's what we see at the end.
Green Door.
Yes, but there are other elements to that film aside from that scene. And yes, it is an analogy of what it means to be with a woman. And when you're not with a woman, you have these two personas. There's a certain way you act with women and a certain way you don't, which is true. But that's not the whole movie. Yes, it is about that thing for that moment and for those scenes. But it's not 51% of the film. It is
it's like Predators, just a story about a bunch of guys going on a trip in the woods.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, these stories have many elements and many scenes, and they're about those scenes. So you can argue, yes, the movie is about that. But to say, no, the movie's not about aliens and interacting with the boy, you're like, no, JJ, you're wrong. I'm sorry, you're dead wrong. You can't deny what's there.
Like Saving Private Ryan is just a story about a bunch of blokes having a trip in France. and stuff like that. This is what his logic is. E.T.'s about divorce. No, it's not. What are you on about? I've never heard divorce mentioned with E.T.
Yeah.
Not once.
Jurassic Park's actually about I don't know. I can't even make a joke about that one because there's so many different ones that are happening.
The dangers of mad science or something.
Jurassic Park's about the fact that Steven Spielberg doesn't realise that Costa Rica's landlocked. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Whew.
Crippled family, and ultimately this kid who can't find his way. Die Hard, right? Crazy, great, fun, action-adventure movie in a building. It's about a guy who's on the verge of divorce. He's like showing up to LA, tail between his legs. There are great scenes, maybe not the most amazing dramatic scenes in the history of time, but pretty great scenes. There's a half an hour of investment in character before you get to the stuff that you're expecting. When you look at a movie like Jaws...
Okay, so again, he's not wrong, but you're saying, yes, Die Hard does have a character with a backstory. You're right. It's about him.
Character development.
Well, we get to know why he's going where he's going, and then he gets caught up in crap, and that's what ends up happening. But the film is not mostly about that. It's a minor theme. It's minor content. He's not wrong, but that's just one element. And he might be arguing, well, the mind pays attention to that at the start. You're like, yes. Is that what your mystery box is pointing to, that there are elements that your subconscious is aware of that you're not? And you're going, okay, yeah. I need to have water with my meal. I need to have some protein with my whatever. I can't just have bread and water. I can't just have ice cream. I need to have something substantial. And that's what he might be getting at. I'm not too sure here. He seems to be skirting around saying something is and isn't something. I'm like, that's not right. So the Die Hard reference was at least something.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the Jaws stuff about. He's mentioned divorce for 2 films. I'm sure he will, somehow divorce is in Jaws.
Yeah.
The scene that you expect, we have the screen. These are the kind of scenes that you remember and expect from Jaws.
Yeah,
and she's being eaten. There's a shark.
Okay.
The thing about Jaws is it's really about a guy who is sort of dealing with his place in the world, with his masculinity, with his family, how he's gonna, make it work.
There it is.
That's not the best scene to be playing while you're talking. A woman being horribly ripped to pieces. As you talk about a bloke trying to find its way in the world. I'm sorry, that's just really poorly done. That's frightening. I mean, if I was sad that, I'd be like, what the fuck is going on here?
Like, JJ, what are you trying to say?
JJ, can you stop the scene?
Ben's trying to find his masculinity. By the way, behind me is a scene of a woman getting eaten by a shark.
Yeah, it's just this man trying to find his masculinity. Help me! Oh, I'm being eaten alive. You're like, oh my god.
For fuck's sake, JJ, you're high.
This is so weird. This is such a weird.
I think it's time you put the cocaine away.
Just press pause on your screen. You don't have to show the whole scene.
All right. Let's
keep
go.
playing. Oh god.
We are more than half done, but again, the first 6 minutes of this was just weird. So.
Yeah.
In this new town, this is one of my favorite scenes ever, and this is a scene that you wouldn't necessarily think of when you think of Jaws, but it's an amazing scene.
Okay.
Okay, now he shows it, the fucker.
Right.
Okay.
Get on with it?
JJ, what the fuck are you doing?
See, the mystery box here is how does a child...
Fuck.
What the fuck was that?
Thunderstorm. I didn't actually think it would go in. The fuck? That was. Yeah, I don't know either. It just happened. But anyway, your point.
Okay. Yeah, a kid copying a child isn't a mystery box. It's just a kid copying a child. Also, this is not the theme of the movie. The theme of the movie is, I don't know, killing a killer great white.
It's how to summon Cthulhu.
I just...
Yeah.
This scene means nothing to anything, ever. It's just a scene that gives it's the kid is copying his dad. Then the dad messes around a little bit because he's a good dad. I'm pretty sure they killed this kid in Jaws 3 as well. Or is it Jaws 4? Jaws 4 they killed the kid, yeah. I'm glad that film doesn't exist in Canada
bloody
anymore.
heck, man.
Anyway, we can carry on, but this is just getting silly, this video.
Right.
I don't know what he's on about.
I wonder if some little part of him, some cluster of neurons, is actually aware what kind of stupid shit he's pulling, but is not telling the rest of his brain because actually it does pay, because there are people even dumber than JJ.
Yeah.
Come here. Give us a kiss.
Gay.
Because I need it.
Come on, why? Because I need it. Best scene ever, right?
No!
Come on. So you
Don't
think
you
Jaws-
Looks like
that's
a
the kind of
pedo.
stuff that, like, the investment of character, which is the stuff that really is inside the box. You know, it's why when people like
Okay, now he's really just stretching. I don't know what he's talking about now.
What the fuck?
The structure of character with his what? Like, what are you talking about?
The structure of character is inside the mystery box. What the fuck are you on about?
It's either a mystery.
Constructing like those electronic devices of his grandfather, and then buying some magic that he never opened up.
Yeah, how do diodes work? I don't know, Granddad, but I'm gonna put a diode in my film and not explain it. It's like, okay, so kiddo, you do that. Sure
Maybe
thing,
that's what the
JJ.
grandfather was killed by. The Lost.
Electronic engineering, my greatest weakness.
His grandfather just like saw JJ's ideas and just like stuck a screwdriver.
This is
into
too
a
cringe.
socket.
I'm gonna die.
And it's like, yeah, you know what? These are
so
terrible ideas.
there
I
is-
ain't sticking around.
There is no connection between a mystery and character. Yes, you don't know what the characterization is until you see it. You're like, oh, this guy likes basketball. He must be, athletic. He might like hip-hop music, maybe. Maybe he has a bunch of friends who plays basketball with him, and they like other things like that. Maybe. Yeah, you can make all these wonderful logical connections. That's fine. But I wouldn't call that a mystery per se, and that's not
Just
even
lazy writing.
that's not even necessary at times, depending on the story. You don't need to know the
How
backstory.
is? Yeah, but it's like this. How is a child copying their dad a mystery box or a mystery? What's mysterious?
All JJ is doing is proving that he can't write for shit. He doesn't know what or why. His school of writing and directing is, I have an idea for a really cool short. I have no idea how to get there from where we are in the story, but I'll write something. And that's, for example, also how you got Mandalorian episode 4 of season 1.
Ugh.
Same shit. I have this idea for a really cool short with the ATST and at the swamp with the little people on the other side.
Mhm.
And you have absolutely no clue on how to get there, so you write some inconsistent, illogical, character-breaking nonsense. same shit. Ryan Johnson, same shit. This is his school of writing. He has an idea for a cool-looking shot and then just hacks himself there.
Yep.
That's why you get mystery boxes. It's not actual mystery boxes he sets up. It's just crap that along the way that he forgot to make consistent.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, characters are not black boxes that you need to deduce. Even in murder mystery stories, the story gives you the clues. You have to connect them. It's not like maybe they weren't over there. It's like, well, yeah, that's part of the guessing if they're lying. But it should only show you what you need to know. If it gives you a red herring or what have you, then you have to figure that out yourself.
Yeah.
But they open up the mystery. They say, here's all the clues. Here, have fun. Enjoy. Try to figure that out.
Yeah.
Like a puzzle. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Do sequels or rip off movies, of a genre. They're ripping off the wrong thing. You're not supposed to rip off the shark or the monster. You got to rip off, if you're going to rip something off, rip off the character, rip off the stuff that matters. I mean, look inside yourself and figure out what isn't.
JJ, listen to yourself. You didn't even do that in Star Trek or Star Wars.
Or
you didn't
anything.
even rip off well.
Yeah.
You just did some random shit.
I would have liked to have seen, who was the guy who did Captain Kirk in the remakes? The actor?
Chris Pine.
Chris Pine. I'd like to see him actually do a good Shatner impression or try to emulate Shatner to some... I know it's kind of weird to do that, but that's the idea. If he wants to get the character of Kirk and Spock, and it's like, just watch the show. See that? Get a guy who sounds like that.
Unfortunately,
I think he was cast well.
Yeah. Unfortunately, because of how the Kelvin timeline was established in the first place, it just derails everything so far from the original continuity that there really wasn't any chance to even come close to how the characters were in the originals.
They're pretty shit. It's just shit.
It could have been not even better. It could have just been good. Period.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
All right.
Inside you.
Oh, stream's down.
The mystery box.
Stream's down.
Yeah.
Your stream has been temporarily blocked because we detected copyright audio and video. Oh, no.
Yeah, and on my end, stream unavailable, suspended for policy violations. Plain, just as simple as that.
Well, we saw that coming, so.
Yeah.
YouTube knows that it's garbage.
Oh, apparently stream is down.
It's not even copyright. It's just we're trying to save you.
We just have to end broadcasting this one. Then it will come back.
Oh, now it's no longer being blocked. Yay!
Yeah,
It's back.
that's the
Hello.
fastest turnaround for a TED Talk Smudcast.
Just have to pause it, wait 20 seconds, it's fine.
Yeah, at least we're not losing anything in the stream at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's like
Yeah,
It's
so
like
guys, we made a comment about this before. TED and TEDx and all the TED Talks crap. They, I don't know how they get this connection with YouTube, but if anyone is live streaming their stuff, they will block you, and we don't know why.
yeah, it happens. It's happened every single time.
So just with TED or with TEDx?
Just TED.
Everything. It's just everything.
Okay. Not TEDx.
Stop suggesting these videos.
That was I wondered why Scribelight isn't blocked, because he does a TEDx talk every day.
Oh.
That man has nerves of steel, man. Shout out to Scribelight.
All right.
What Scribelight?
Indeed.
Anyway, let's see how long we can get before it crashes again.
Is all of us. So there's that. Then the distribution. What's a bigger mystery box than a movie theater? You go to the theater, you're just so...
What the fuck?
No, JJ, no.
What I'm going to say.
What is even the relevance of that? What?
JJ, the only thing being a mystery box about cinema is when you
Is
go
what
to
go-
a sneak peek, because you don't know what's actually going to be on. Unless you know someone who works for the cinema.
Oh, that was
Because
like,
every
it's-
other movie is completely spoiled in every trailer.
Yeah. But you know what you're walking into when you walk into a movie theater. You know you're going to watch a movie. What the fuck is...
Well, I can think of some bigger distribution machinery than a movie theater, like a factory or the internet or a farm.
A small lemonade stand in Kansas. There's loads of things that are much bigger.
the Coke dispenser at any fast food joint. You know, there's like all kinds of great factories that make stuff.
Yeah.
JJ, you make movies and you don't even know how cinema works.
There are so many small
really
cinemas in Toronto. Like, there's big ones, obviously, but there's really, really small ones that you can't fit more than 30 people, maybe. So, I don't know.
Yeah, but this whole TED Talk's just getting stupid now. It's just like he's just saying random shit. It just doesn't make sense.
He said random shit from the beginning.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's
It's just like Lost, it's just random shit.
Yeah, this
honestly,
You're just engaged for a while because you think, oh, maybe there's something to this and maybe there's something to that, and then it's over, and you figured, what was that?
We are 2/3 done, so I think we could, you know.
It's like M. Night Shyamalan, just without any twist.
The more someone continues to watch this video, the more you realize the real mystery box here is what goes on in JJ's.
Usually when you give an analogy that is a specific object or whatever theoretical, like a box, you're like, okay, this is a box you need to open, like a Chekhov's gun or something like that. You want to introduce an idea which is somewhat understood, but you don't know what it does, like the gun on the wall, what kind of gun it is, we don't know, yada yada, who's it going to kill. And then eventually near the end, we find it being used. That's what I thought what a mystery box would be. Now he's just saying, no, it's exciting because your mind is guessing. And you're like, that's fine, but you got to give us an answer.
I think he's stuck in this child mode of, oh, it's Christmas, so many presents, I don't know what's in them, and he's addicted to this feeling.
I would see it
of before he has opened the present.
I would see
he wants to forever have this feeling of not yet having opened the present.
Yeah, it's kind of like the story of his grandfather teaching him, or supposedly teaching him about electronics. It's like, yeah, I still don't know how some electronic components work on a chemical and physical or physics level. But I understand the general concept of magnetism and frequency, and if you're going to have energy coming in and going out, and what kind that gets transformed into. Like, that's generally how a radio works, or how a light bulb works, or whatever. Mm-hmm. It's like, great. But you don't just go, it's magic. Light bulbs, what are those? Light turns on, light turns off. I have no idea. It's magic. It's like, no. Give us the secret.
Magic.
Show us how it works. Don't create an elaborate system and don't explain it to us. That's stupid. I want intricate stories. I want characters with lots of stuff inside. Don't just keep it speculative the entire time. You can't do that in certain stories.
I'm fine with Chekhov's gun. Thank you very much.
Oh, Ken Kaneki made a good point in the chat and said, JJ strikes me as the type of guy that would be addicted to gacha games.
Oh God!
Oh, because it's random.
So you never know what you get next.
Keeps blowing millions and millions of bucks to get.
You can open things all the time.
You'll be one of those whales, just constantly spending money.
Yeah, just waste all the money he gets from all those producers on the gacha game.
Yeah, until in the Star Trek gacha game, he finally gets caffeinated Janeway.
No.
Oh, or Admiral Janeway.
Anyway, we're 13 minutes in. We're almost done.
Let's not talk about her.
Yeah.
Excited to see anything. The moment the lights go down is often the best part, and you're full of that amazing, that feeling of excited anticipation.
You see, a normal person who'd be talking about the theater would talk about the psychology of being in a room that's big and dark and mysterious and has, music coming out from every side and, focused area of light. Like that would be there's papers written on why theaters and the stage works. We know the magic of storytelling and stage productions and all this stuff.
Yeah, and why it's such a different feeling from watching the movie at home on a large screen.
Yeah, and he could have spent the extra 20 minutes to explain that, but no, he didn't.
Yeah, and there is a point even today to going to the cinema. It's a completely different atmosphere.
Yeah.
Whether that is sustainable is another question.
Yeah.
Movie's like there and it's going, and then something happens, you go, oh, and then something else, and then now it's a great movie, you're along for the ride because you're willing to give yourself to it. So to me,
so willing, very key word, willing suspension of disbelief. It's not just the suspension of disbelief. It's you have to will yourself, saying, okay, this is fake. I know it's fake. Everyone knows it's fake, but I'm going to believe.
And the stream is dead again.
Yeah.
Oh my God! It says excellent condition. Oh, now it says error.
Yeah. Okay.
Refresh.
It's like something as specific as suspension of disbelief. It's going to be willing by default because you're putting that normal logic aside for the sake of investing in the world of the media you're watching.
That is
plain and simple.
That is by virtue of you say to yourself, "I'm going to go watch a fictitious rendition of something," and you go, yes, I will believe in this until it gives you reason not to, and that is because of acting, production values, plot holes, you name it, whatever the problem is, your brain starts going nope. So
but up to that point you are making the conscious decision to just
it is
go in and just
you can't just sit there and just be zonked out. You have to be participating in the what's the word I'm looking for? The veil, the veneer of the stage. You have to believe in that little bubble.
It's the stuff that where the stream is blocked right now, so it's still recorded in case it gets
no,
free again?
It gets skipped actually, and then it's all.
Oh, so it's all lost.
Fucking hell.
Essentially.
Oh, that's shit.
I don't know if it's going to come back. We can wait another few minutes, but I doubt it.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, the whole point is that we do this live for the people, not just for us.
I know. Well, we do it for fun, but
yeah, masochistic fun. Yeah,
I enjoy it because
there is something. There is always something to learn from the madness and the vapidness. Yeah, I do agree. So you always learn on how not to do things.
Well, that's
also
the thing.
a way to learn.
The best way. This is what the whole scientific method approach is. You don't know the answer, but you know what isn't the answer. So you just eliminated infinity minus one in your experiment. So it's like, okay, I'm getting closer and closer to the truth by doing every other unpossibility that shouldn't exist. So that's better.
and but you need to be somewhat mature to learn from the mistakes of others.
Right, exactly. And I don't think
all
he
these weird people, they seem unable to do that.
Yeah, I don't think he grasps what he's talking about, really. But, we're back. Yay!
No.
Yeah, we're back.
So I don't know if we should block the visual or...
yes.
Let's try that.
I don't know.
I believe it's both the visual and the audio.
That's what we did for the... That's what we did the first time. That's what we did for the first TED Talk Smudcast I joined.
Okay. Let me just go to Stream Memes. We'll put a meme on the screen. And we'll listen to the audio.
There's no point in watching him anyway.
All right. Okay. So you guys can't see the video, but you can hear it. I wonder if that'll help. Let's go.
Yeah. We'll see if he does something interesting. Then we'll show him for 5 seconds.
Whether it's that, whether it's a TV, an iPod, computer, cell phone. It's funny. I'm as I said, Apple fanatic, and one day about a year or so ago, I was signing on online in the morning to watch Steve Jobs' keynote because I always do, and he came on. He was presenting the video iPod, and what was on the enormous iPod behind him? Lost. I had no idea. And I realized, holy shit, it come full circle. Like the inspiration that I get from the technology is now using the stuff that I do, inspired by it, to sell the technology. You know what I mean? It was nuts. So I found
Yeah, it's crazy. Wow.
Okay.
Oh my god.
What's this guy doing with a mystery box?
He likes Apple products, and Steve Jobs makes Apple products, and Steve Jobs was showing his show on his Apple product. It's like,
So he
You
should.
made a popular show, and then you're surprised you see it somewhere running on some advertisement
yeah, it's amazing.
tech thing. You're retarded.
So he
Blows
should.
my mind. What are the chances?
If this blows your mind, you need to grow up, man.
Okay. Let's keep going.
Fucking chill.
Fucking.
I think like
grow up,
JJ
man.
mistook like this entire show, and he's like, "Oh, I get to talk about myself."
Yeah, well.
And not about the technique itself. It's fucking fraud.
damn
Like
it.
every single thing that he's being involved, he's like trying to like trick
He can't-
people.
I mean, he can't explain the technique, or he would have to explain how he's a hack.
Anyway,
So I
He
said that
doesn't
in the
use
beginning.
anything. He's been carried around. Like it's probably like the people that he works with are the talent, and he's just.
I bet that's not even his own mystery box. I bet someone else spent $15
Yeah.
on it.
I still think he made this the last minute. He just threw stuff together and took apart a Kleenex box because he was so dumb. He's like, I don't know what to do. Staying overnight at his hotel, I'll just find a Bible. Oh no, they got Kleenex on the table. Oh, it's a box. Wow, I could do that. I could use it as a prop.
Do people who talk at
Just-
TED, are they paid or
Yes,
they just?
yes, they are.
Okay.
Just like his productions.
So even Sam Hyde was paid when
Well,
he was
they
making that.
they are paid to come in. Whether they're paid actual cash, I don't know, but they're definitely like accommodations and food. and-
Of course, yeah. It's just like semantics. Yeah.
Anyway,
I was going to show you a couple other things. I'm going to skip through. I just want to show you one other thing that has nothing to do with anything.
oh, thanks.
This is something online. I don't know if you've seen it before.
Oh,
About 6 years ago,
no.
we did this. This is an online thing done by guys who had some visual effects experience. But the point was that they were doing things that were using these mystery boxes that they
Oh,
had. Everyone
yeah,
has
look
now.
at
What I
that.
realized is what my grandfather did for me when I was a kid. Everyone
These are
has
mystery
access to
boxes?
now.
How?
You don't need
What are you
to have my
talking
grandfather,
about?
though you wish you had. But I have
What's
to
the
tell
mystery
you,
box? What are you fucking
this is a
guys?
guy doing stuff on a Quadrant 950 computer. The resolution is a little bit low.
What?
Using
This
Infinity
doesn't-
software they
this
stopped
doesn't
making 15 years
matter.
ago. He's doing stuff that looks as amazing as stuff I've seen, released from Hollywood.
You're talking about
that's
visual
completely
effects, not
unrelated.
mystery boxes. What the fuck is wrong with you, you fucking hack?
Why
You
is he talking about indie filmmaking?
So, guys, about vegetables, I really like vegetables, and they're green. And here's a picture of vegetables on the screen. It's like, sir, this is a Wendy's.
Yeah, dude, you can't even talk about mystery boxes on your mystery box talk. What the fuck?
Now, if it
This is the
was,
sort of guy. This is the sort of the guy who be talking about his Crocs while giving a eulogy at a funeral. You're like, what the fuck are you on about here? This is ridiculous. This is silly.
How did anyone take this guy seriously after this talk?
Yeah. What the fuck is this?
here are a bunch of other people doing mystery box videos. I'm like, no, what? What are you even talking about?
They're not even doing mystery box videos. They're just doing videos. What the fuck are you on? JJ, what are you on about here?
That was just visual effects, wasn't it?
Right.
Yeah, this is visual effects. Okay, mystery box. No.
Visual storytelling is mystery boxes, apparently. I don't know. Doing CGI demos is a mystery box. Like,
Doing a CGI plane crashing onto a car is a mystery box. What? Why?
yeah. Anyway, let's just
Funny,
go. This is getting
Keep
silly.
going.
funny how this video has a
most
plane
incredible sort of
crash and give
mystery,
it
I
what day it
think,
is.
now the question of what comes next, because it is now democratized. So now the creation of media
I'm so bored
is
now.
everywhere. The stuff that I
Democratized?
was lucky and begging for to get when I was a kid is now ubiquitous. And so there's an amazing
What?
sense of
It means
opportunity
another
out there,
word
and I
I
think,
cur-
of the
currently
filmmakers
escapes
who
me.
exist out there now who would have been silenced, who have been silenced in the past.
What
It's a
the
very exciting
fuck?
thing. I used to say in classes and lectures and stuff that, to someone who wants to write, go write, do your thing. It's free. No, you don't need permission to go write. But now I can say, go make your movie. There's nothing stopping you from going out there and getting the technology. You can lease, rent, buy stuff off the shelf that is either as good or just as good, as the stuff that's being used by the, quote unquote, legit people. No community.
Either as good or just as good is exactly the same point.
What's this got to do with mystery boxes?
I have no idea.
Yeah, and what's the democratization of making stuff
Hollywood.
have to do with that?
Paul, let's just
And
finish
what?
this up.
So for better understanding, he may mean that it's been the tools for making stuff have been liberated, or that it's been decentralized that way. It means that everyone has access, and in various ways that's true. We have everyone can afford. Well, not everyone, but most people can afford high power PCs. Or, well, not in California anymore. Yeah, forbidden now. You have open source software to make amazing stuff like Blender for 3D modeling. And then of course you have the whole piracy thing. By which way many people do actually get into the training, the initial training of with lots of professional software. For lots of Hollywood, for example, isn't using Blender but Maya. Maya is damn expensive. But getting to know that, yeah, that's getting a foot in the door. And most people can't afford a license for that for home use. So, in a way, may not be the most legal way, but that's how people also get somewhere. What the word democratization is sometimes used in this sense, and in its literal translation, it isn't entirely wrong, because democracy is a composite from demos, the people, and kratos, power. So it's the power lying with the people. The people can now wield the power of all the tools to make shit. So that's why the word democratization there isn't entirely wrong.
Right, that's fantastic. But what the fuck does it have to do with a mystery box?
Nothing.
So, I don't care.
Nothing at all.
Actually, we're all inside the mystery box.
I honestly want to be like his grandfather and just be dead.
You know, elections are also mystery boxes, because you never know what the establishment decided which president you'll get.
We're not talking about politics. Sorry. Different stream. Anyway, 3 minutes of more JJ rambling.
Is best served when only the elite have control. And I feel like this is an amazing opportunity to see what's out there. When I did Mission Impossible 3, we had amazing visual effects stuff. ILM did the effects. It was incredible. And sort of like a dream. And there were a couple sequences in the movie, like these couple little moments I'll show you.
No!
ILM is the biggest dick in Hollywood. Moving on.
His main trick is to dazzle you, to distract you with flickering lights and loud sounds and lots of motion.
Yeah.
To distract you from the actual problem, which is that he's not addressing any problem.
Yeah, he's not solving the mystery box at all.
Just this talk. He's he is doing the most obvious, distracting the audience with some dazzling lights that have nothing to do with the topic he's supposed to talk about. You could say he's a con man. You could give him that.
It just... What does a scene from Mission Impossible 3 have to do with fucking any of it?
Visual effects, which have nothing to do with the mystery boxes, but visual effects.
Anyway, let's just
look at the dazzling lights. Look over here. He's a magician. That's the point. That's the fucking point. He's a magician. Magic is all about distraction. stage magic.
Yeah.
Because you're supposed to look away from where he's doing the actual trick, and when you look again, he's performed the trick, and you're surprised because it's different, and you didn't see how he did it, or even if he fumbled because you were looking at his pretty assistant. All these other things he's talking about, those are his pretty assistant you're supposed to look at so that you don't notice that he's actually fooling you. He's just incorporating the basic trick of magic.
Anyway, this is getting pointless. So
almost done.
Yeah, if it's just more of look at this video I did. It's like I don't care.
Can we just like fast forward through these movie clips?
Yeah.
Because
the snake's on the plane.
No.
I always hated that shot from the trailer because the explosion is happening behind him and he's flying to the right.
Yeah.
I hate it. Every time I see that, like that looks so stupid.
Also, he'd be dead.
Well, you want to talk
with that impact force.
Yeah, if that air was displaced that strongly, there'd be a lot of shrapnel with that air.
That force would have pushed the blood out through his pores.
Yeah.
Like he'd
that's a mystery box.
He'd have holes in the back of his head.
Survived.
Yeah.
Smart, if you want to talk bad explosions, don't even get me started on Power Rangers.
No, we're not talking. All we're talking about. Well, whatever shit JJ's
doing
talking.
Fucking Power Rangers, honestly. Jesus Christ! Oh my God!
Go on.
Anyway, no more Mission Impossible 3.
Gonna get through it.
I hope.
Skip.
Let's just play. Skip.
It's already done. It's already done.
Okay, obviously I have an obsession with big, crazy explosions. So my
Yes,
favorite visual effect in the movie is the one I'm about to show you.
Don't care.
And it's a scene in
Lens
which
flares?
Don't care.
He's drowsy, he's out of it, and a guy wakes up and he shoves his gun in his nose and shoots this little capsule into his brain that he's going to use later to kill him, as bad guys do.
Why?
Why are you showing
What's
us
that with mystery boxes?
Skip.
Just skip this. Just skip
Why
this.
are we watching
Skip this.
Good morning.
Context.
He kept taking the gun and putting it into Tom's nose, and it was like it was hurting Tom's nose. And I learned this very early on in my career: don't hurt Tom's nose.
Oh, that's funny.
There are 3 things you don't want to do. Number 2 is don't hurt Tom's nose. So Eddie has this gun, and he's the greatest guy, and he's like this really sweet English guy. He's like, I'm sorry, I don't want to hurt, I'm like, we have to make this look good. And I realized
He
that
just wants
we had
you
to
to
do
join
something because it wasn't
Scientology.
working just as it was. And I literally thought back to what I would have done using the Super 8 camera that my grandfather got me sitting in that room, and I realized that hand didn't have to be Eddie Marzin's. It could be Tom's. And Tom would know just how hard to push the gun. He wouldn't hurt himself. So we took his
this whole
hand
thing
and
about
we
make
painted
sure
it to
the
look
guy
a little
doesn't
bit
get
like
hurt in the
we put it
nose.
in
Years later,
Eddie's
Leonard Nimoy
sleeve.
would get hurt in the nose and just shrug it off.
Wait a second. What he did. Okay, this has nothing to do with the actual talk. He decided to get Tom's arm and hand to paint it like the guy who's holding the gun, because Tom was such a baby that he knew how much pressure to put on his face.
Yeah.
That's the story.
Yeah.
That is retarded. That is so dumb.
Smart at the hour. Smart at the
That is like, hey, let's do this elaborate special effect with makeup and shit and camera angles, because Tom has a sensitive nose.
Fucking moronic wuss.
You say, Tom, you make millions of dollars. I'm paying you millions of dollars. I don't care if you bruise both of your fucking nostrils.
Yeah, but his thing is like, my nose, but he's
but
like,
it hurts.
his ankle and new stuff. It's like, he's doing all his own stunts. He didn't like a small little gun.
Use a rubber gun. I don't care. You don't need to make a prop that covers his face or mouth or the hand to look like the other guy's hand.
I honestly wonder now what people, what stuntmen think of such stories.
Oh my God! This entire video is just
I
the
had to
worst
walk away
thing
for a
ever.
moment. That's just so.
Now I have to go watch this dumb film to see what the hell this scene's all about, just to see how stupid it is.
JJ, you have 1 more minute to tell us about mystery boxes.
This is the same actor who threw himself across buildings and broke his legs.
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't he like the kind of actor who does his own stunts? Pretty much.
Yeah, but his legs are not his face.
He hung himself from a plane just to do that one scene.
But his face must look perfect.
But he
can't hurt his face.
He can't put a rubber gun near his nose, or it's
not
my god.
Not
yeah,
the face.
Eddie Marsden is like Eddie Marsden shoving a gun up your nose is like the limit of your pain. Yet you'll strap yourself to an airplane, and you're like, what? Really? It's like, okay.
Man, get a lumbar puncture.
Ironically, though, they've been filming the latest Mission Impossible near where I live.
Cool.
That was Tom Cruise.
How is that franchise not dead yet?
Yeah, Tom Cruise is still alive.
Yeah, Tom Cruise is still alive. Yeah, the nostril thing didn't kill him. What the hell are you doing, Finger Man? What the hell are you doing?
Come outside.
Why is it always a different noise from you? You're almost as bad as Dunn with his 600 box.
Hey, the first time it was an actual thunderstorm was happening outside my house. That can't be helped.
I don't know. Just vote Democrat.
Trying to make sure everything's okay. God damn it! If I don't mute,
Anyway.
that's my problem.
Don't worry. Minute left. Good God, what are we watching?
And so the hand that you see, I'll show you again. That's not Eddie's hand. That's Tom. So Tom's playing two roles.
He's not playing two.
And he didn't ask for any more money. So here, watch it again. There he is. He's waking up, drowsy, been through a lot.
Good morning.
Tom's hand. Anyway, so.
Oh my God, he couldn't withstand that? It's just tapping his nose, and that's that.
Pussy.
Wasn't even for that long.
That was pathetic, Tom. I'm sorry if that's the true story. Like, what the hell? Anyway.
Okay.
Anyway, this.
Hey, JJ, you now have 30 seconds to tell us about mystery boxes.
Yeah.
Please, Lord, let there be an advert.
That was it?
Thanks. So you don't need the greatest technology to do things that can work in movies, and the mystery box, in honor of my grandfather, stays closed. Thank you.
What?
What? Oh, fuck this shit. Fuck this whole...
Everyone stands up.
Oh, okay, I was going to say this quick thing about Tom.
Fuck this.
I was going to say a quick thing about Tom.
Okay, okay, can you go back one more?
To what?
The title thing.
Okay.
Okay, this is a Creative Commons license. Okay, you're just not supposed. We can do this, but you're not allowed to monetize.
So we got to turn off donations for these. Okay.
Yeah, but they don't care. They're not, and if they do, they're going to sue me, which is retarded. They're never going to sue me. So. Anyway, that was so bad. I can't remember it being that bad, but maybe LitDev and I myself were more chilled out back then, trying to figure out what the hell he's saying. And I think LitDev's a bit more relaxed. He sees things as more funny than serious.
Yeah, I envy that.
So,
I mean, I know I did.
Anyway, let's get to the stream memes. We're already
Laugh
started.
my ass off.
God, this was bad.
You guys been watching?
This was nothing. JJ said nothing.
JJ Abrams, Star Wars 9, me. Tossing it out the door. Or close to the door.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Love it. Star Killer. Star Wars Killer. Oh, very nice.
Star Wars Killer, yeah.
That's very good. We can't satisfy the original trilogy fans while also appealing to a new, younger audience. Hold my blue milk. Yeah.
What?
That aged like blue milk.
Mm.
It's better than the sequel trilogy, but still not that great.
Fucking Pancreatic Cancer's better than the sequel trilogy. Come on.
First he came for Star Trek, then he came for Star Wars, now he comes for DC. He's doing DC work?
Yes.
Oh,
He
so
is
actually-
executive producer for the newest Superman movie.
Oh.
I like that. I like that George Kells found a picture of the last thing JJ's granddad did.
Oh, this one. With JJ Abrams, Star Wars, never been better. Wrong.
I like that.
Pretty much. That sums up that whole situation.
Yeah. Patrick Stewart should punch more people.
Yeah, well. I saw that trailer for was it season 2 of Picard? I was like, oh god.
Let's see how they ruin Q now.
No, it's already ruined.
Just him being there, it ruins it.
Yeah, exactly. When I was a kid, I never liked Star Trek as a kid. What? When I was a kid, I never liked Star Trek as a kid. Thank you, Mr. Redundant. My friends loved it, and I would try, and I would watch episodes. It always felt too philosophical for me.
TOS felt too
Point, you idiot.
Some of the writers
had some philosophical episodes.
Some of the writers love Star Trek. I was not really a fan, and my producing partner never saw it. Okay, weird. So when we were all happy, it felt like that was the way to go. And this movie that we did, the goal was to make a movie for moviegoers, not just for Star Trek fans.
So you didn't make Star Trek?
The interesting thing to me was I stopped listening when you said you didn't like Star Trek. I saw your mouth was moving after that, so I'm assuming you apologized.
That is the only good response there. Thank you,
John Stewart.
Thank you, John Stewart. And this pattern here, I like that Abrams is honest at least. This pattern here is what we see repeated. And we still sometimes see it admitted in interviews with creators of the new Thundercats, for example. We see it with Chip Nail's Doctor Who run, where he also explained in an interview what he liked about Doctor Who as a kid, and it's all the superficial stuff that has no substance, that is just there to fluff out and decorate the substance.
Yeah, there was also Alex Kurtzman, the writer that JJ hired, and he especially said that, in an interview about Star Trek, that, I always loved Star Wars. I always liked the sci-fi world, and then he's like, well, I never really watched Star Trek.
Yeah, that's why none of these people should ever be led to do any of these things.
Well, they could. If you can get someone who really hates the material because they know the faults of that genre, but they should see it with a different lens, other than they trying to make it to their own taste.
There
you
is
can
a
get
point.
a really good one.
Oh, no.
You have the control over it.
I will disagree, because that is how Thundercats happened.
Yeah, but that's different because he was an idiot. But if you have something like Knights of the Old Republic 2, the writer for that and the director,
which gets what was her name, Max something, who
Chris Avalon. He really hated the universe, but he wanted to make a good deconstruction about the story itself. That was
that's okay. I thought you were talking about the remake they're making now, which is
I don't care about the remake. It doesn't exist.
Oh my god. Yeah, but that's essentially what we get with these are all remakes. They're all crap. Technically, they all follow this J.J. Abrams line here. I wanted to say one more thing, and it slipped my mind.
Anyway, we're on the new meme, so
what?
Don't worry, you'll get back to whatever you remember. It's fine. So Star Wars, you can have a compelling story with exciting stories and well thought out characters, or you can trade all those in to look in my mystery box.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like a UHF joke.
Yeah.
Nice red snapper, or what's under the box? And then
the box with the question marks. The box with the question marks.
And, well, you guys got to watch UHF. It's a classic. Anyway.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
Dear J.J. Abrams, if you screw up Star Wars, you'll be known as as Jar Jar Abrams forever. Jar Jar Abrams. I think, yeah, he's been called that.
That's what we called him.
Yeah, thank you, Mark. Sounds like someone is making movies wrong. I don't think it's movies. I think it's just he doesn't know what he's talking about. I'm sure there's some logic in there and some understanding of how to put a scene together because he clearly knows something. But explaining his thought process is not one of those things. It makes sense.
I remember on the getting a fan to help with that making, because he knows the flaws. So you can't get the dumb fan who loves everything and makes excuses for all the flaws. You can't get that one. You need the caring fan that loves the material and does see the flaws, cares in that way. So he doesn't hate the thing, but he loves the thing and wants to make it better.
So Filoni.
Anyway, here's a great sound, great look, great quote. What do you want to call that sentence above him? Now I become death, the destroyer of franchises. You know, it's beginning to sound like that. Everything he touches makes a lot of money, but turns to crap.
Yeah, and then it's unusable forever. Thank you for being part of the cultural destruction revolution bullshit of the communists while making money off of it. Well, thanks, JJ.
Anyway, that was worse than I remember it. I know it was bad because we were laughing so hard at his weird ideas, but I don't remember all that other crap. Probably because it was irrelevant. Like here's a scene of a guy making a video about a car and a plane landing. I was like, what? What the hell was that? Just forgot that from my memory. So, anyway, thank you guys. Try not to do TED anymore, just because of the stupid monetization thing they got going. I don't know why they don't allow that, but they do. So whatever. Kind of annoying. I'll have to flag it for copyright material again later tonight.
It's not even that. Like, even if you would turn off monetization and like super chats altogether, it would still like pull it off because it's TED material. Yeah. They probably changed their policies by now.
I don't know. It's a 12, 13-year-old film video on the topic, so I just...
might have.
I just expect that they still have the
clips
same
that you were streaming to. Because it had like Jaws and whatever the other movies were.
I would just expect that they still have the same old bot running from back in the day.
Yeah.
Never turned it off.
Anyway, that was less than 2 hours, which is impressive because yesterday we went on for about 3.5, rambling on about Fallout, which is kind of fun. And it did not feel like 3.5. Even Eric was like, what the hell? That was so short.
Oh, maybe I'll watch that tomorrow.
Yeah, it was good. And Oxhorn was just, oh my God, what a dumb fanboy. Oh my goodness. The way he talks to is really just annoying.
So the type of fanboy who excuses everything?
Not everything, but he does excuse. Like he did make some points like, yeah, I can't forgive that, or that's just, I can't wrap my brain around that.
The creation of Jet was like so stupid. Like how you can, because it's too difficult to like have each footlockers or like boxes coded that like they don't have Jet in them. Like
that was a two-parter. He was so. I mean, dude, to make Jet takes 5 or 6 chemicals. The process has to be discovered by someone, and he's trying to explain it was invented 200 years ago. If there were cows, and if the cows were just like radioactive Brahmin, which never existed yet, and if they
didn't exist yet, but like the part that would really piss me off is that like it's randomly generated, like what kind of loot you can get from these pre-war saves that you can crack up in the game, and apparently it's too hard to program it that you can not find Jet in them. Even though it just defeats the purpose of them.
It's not hard. We've seen the code. At least I've seen the. If you have the ID of the object, you can just use the creation engines, or what was it called, the hero engine, whatever the system is.
Creation engine.
Yeah, whatever the system is, like it has a script for it. You could just make a mod that does that, and that's a simple thing to do. And all you had to do was ask. a coder saying, hey, could you make a mod that just finds all the type of boxes that look like this and just,
Yeah.
like it's really easy. I could probably set that up in a few days. But no, didn't care to figure that out. Didn't understand how that works. So anyway, good Lord.
I just, because I made the sound about Filoni, I do think he is a genuine fan. I think he does care about Star Wars. I think he's just the best person right there at the moment in this harsh, you could say, civil war inside of Disney. That culture war. I do believe that he, from the way I saw the Clone Wars, that he wanted to bridge the gap and make sense of all the things that happened between episode 2 and 3. And he took from the EU what he wanted. That is seemingly at random, made his own stuff from it in part. Yeah, that's his own. That's his thing there. You can criticize that. There are things he did questioningly. However, my main problem with that is, so while he tries to make a consistent Star Wars thing there, and while under this whole thing of the EU has been decanonized completely, thrown out the wazoo, him taking getting stuff from the EU back into Star Wars, I think that is at least something positive. However, his main problem is, and that gets better throughout the Clone Wars, gets better throughout Rebels, is that he followed the same crap that Abrams does, which is, I have an idea for a cool shot, I build my episode around that, and that fucks up the writing. And there have been plot holes in those shows like mad, but got better along the way, and that's why I had high hopes for Mandalorian. However, in Mandalorian, he's reverting to a state of at the beginning of the Clone Wars, where you just think, what the fuck is this? This is character breaking. And that's like, man, I thought you learned from your mistakes. That's why I'm very ambivalent about him. I do see him as a positive influence, but it's just the best we got right now in that kind of position or close to that position. I just wish there was someone who, wouldn't repeat his childhood diseases. That's all.
All right. Well, that was pretty quick for a stream. Yeah, again, don't recommend TED Talks unless it's like really important or big or special that we can take apart, because it's just going to keep getting copyright striked. So anyway, thanks a lot. Keep the suggestions coming. We'll talk to you real soon. Have yourself a great